rise above the nose. Ek, the city that never sleeps. The sun was barely awake, yet New York already hummed with life. The city's rhythm was a heartbeat, taxis honking, coffee cups clinking, and dreams colliding in crowded streets. Amid the rush stood Daniel, years old, clutching a worn leather bag and 1,000 silent questions. He wasn't new to the city, but lately, he felt invisible in it, like a single drop lost in the ocean. Every morning, he passed the same corner store, the same billboard that read, "Chase the dream," and the same reflection in the glass, a man unsure if he even had one left to chase. Though the weight of ordinary days. Daniel worked in a small Manhattan marketing firm. His job wasn't bad, but it wasn't him. He once dreamed of writing stories, screenplays, something that mattered. But somewhere between deadlines and rent payments, that fire had dimmed. Each day ended the same way, scrolling through social media, comparing lives, wondering if he'd missed his turn somewhere. New York was loud, but Daniel's life felt silent. The train ride home. One evening, as the train screeched through the underground tunnels, Daniel noticed a boy sketching quietly across from him. The kid's shoes were worn out, his clothes faded, but his eyes bright, fearless, alive. When Daniel asked what he was drawing, the boy said softly, "It's my dream. I want to design buildings that touch the sky." The words echoed inside Daniel's chest long after the boy left. He realized, somewhere between growing up and giving up, he had stopped drawing his own dream. The mirror question. That night, Daniel stood before his mirror. He whispered, "When did I stop believing?" The reflection didn't answer, but the silence did. He picked up his old notebook from the drawer, the one filled with trees and unfinished lines. The pages smelled of dust and possibility. The promise to begin again. Daniel made himself a quiet promise. He would write again.